In order to change anything in your entire world, you first have to change your concept of self. You have to do the inner work. You have to change your self-concept. That's the biggest thing. Because once you change how you feel about yourself and how you respond to situations, and you close your senses off to everything that they're showing you in the world that you don't want to see, once you change those things, the world has no choice but to mirror back exactly what you've been feeding it. It has to mirror back exactly what you've been telling yourself you're experiencing, who you've been telling yourself that you are. Reality's only job is to mirror back to you what you've been feeding it. Everyone in your reality's job is to mirror back to you what you've been feeding your mind about your self-concept. Who you say you are is how you will be treated by everyone around you. Even when you're manifesting your SP, you're not manifesting a specific version of that person. You're manifesting a specific version of yourself. So remember that anytime you're putting them on a pedestal and making them special, putting them above you, they're not special. You are the only one that's making them special. But it's so simple and easy once you realize this to manifest anything you want, to attract anything you want into being, or shift to the reality where you're living the life of your dreams. Everything is a state. Everything you want is a state. Being rich is a state. Being poor is a state. Being with your specific person is a state. Being single is a state. Being unhappy is a state. Being happy is a state. What state are you choosing to live in? You can't serve two masters. You can't live in two states at the same time. When we're sitting here saying our affirmations, we are affirming from the state of being that we wish to be in. That's why we say them most of the time as I am, etc. It's not to get something or to attract something to you. It's stating that you are that person already. If you're manifesting marriage with your specific person, your state is I am a husband or I am a wife. You can't then run around and start complaining that you're so single that it hurts. That's being in two different states at the same time, and it's impossible. So what we're doing when we affirm is we are stepping into the state of being married already. I am married, and we're just saying our affirmations continuously as condensed as possible, because if you were actually married, you would be thinking, I am married, I am married, I am married. So when we affirm, we're going ahead and stepping into that state of having and living from that state. And we want to keep returning to that state over and over and over as much as possible. Repetition is key, because repetition is how you learn, it's how you believe, and it's how you assume, it's how your assumptions create into your world. That is how we get things. That's how we manifest. It's incredibly simple. All you have to do is think as the person who has it, who is living that life that you want to be living. And for this new year, I'm challenging you to live your best life. Be the best version of yourself. Live in the highest state possible to live in. We don't have to be going around manifesting these small things. We are limitless. We can have anything we want. We can have everything we want. Let's step into that reality and that version of ourselves on our highest possible timeline. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to define the exact person that we want to be. Who do you want to be? Really think about this and get clear with yourself on this. Who do you want to be? How do you want to feel? Who do you want to be surrounded with? What do you want to do for work? If you want to do anything for work, where do you want to live? What do you want your dream home to look like? What do you want your pets to look like? How do you want them to behave? How do you want your husband to treat you? How do you want how often do you want to hang out with your best friends? What do you want to do every weekend? Really think about and define that dream life. How would the best version of yourself be acting? Would they be content in a happy home surrounded by family? Would they be making hella money and getting on private jets and going on yachts all the time? And as you start defining your new self, you start to realize that you never even were your old self or who you are now. You'll realize that you've never been this person that you are now. I am the type of person who is insanely wealthy and successful. Therefore, I've never been the type of person who had to struggle or worry about money. I've never been that person. Just step into that new you, and you never have to even think about that old version of yourself. That wasn't even you. You've always been the person of your dreams. You've always been able to manifest and manipulate your 3D easily. You've always been able to easily and effortlessly get anything that you want. It's always been that way for you. Whatever else you experienced was an old state, it was an old person. It's not even someone that you need to resonate with anymore. In this 3D experience that you are living now, that old version of you was just part of the unfolding, part of a bridge of events to get you to this new self. That was never who you were. You don't have to ever identify with that person ever again. So stop identifying with them now. I do not, as if I go around listening to what you guys say on a daily basis, but I don't want to hear coming out your mouth you talking negatively about yourself or you speaking into existence the opposite of what you want. If you want something, then you should have the discipline enough to only think in line with those thoughts, or else stop watching videos like this. What are you here for if you're not listening, if you're not paying attention? If you're ready to change, make the change. Don't sit here and waver about whether you're going to change or not. Because if you're wavering, guess what? You're in two different states and you're never going to leave the one you're predominantly thinking from. This is your new identity now. This is your new identity now. The moment you say, I am wealthy, I am in a relationship with my specific person, I am anything, I am God. The moment you state those things, that is your new identity. Do not go back to the old one. If you catch yourself going back, thinking those old thoughts, you better whip your ass back into shape, get back in gear, and realize who you are. We are not doing that this year. New year, new you. New year, best ever version of you. If you're manifesting a specific person and you have all of these fears and doubts, like, okay, I want to be in a relationship with this person, but I have commitment issues. Now those commitment issues are projecting out there and the person is showing up either triggering your commitment issues or having commitment issues of their self. Either way, you're putting that thought of commitment issues out there and now it's all you see. So they're just reflecting your fears. But when you declare that you are in a relationship, I am in a happy, committed, loving, fulfilling relationship, all of those old fears of commitment or abandonment or whatever it is, all of those old fears have to go because they cannot exist in this new version of yourself. That new version of yourself doesn't have those fears. It all comes down to how bad you want it, or if you really even want it at all, because if you really wanted something, you would move different. Your entire life would be different. If you really had this goal, this big thing that you were working towards, and you really wanted it, you would do just about anything to make it happen. So move like that. You move different when you respect your values and you respect your wishes. You move different when you love yourself, when you appreciate yourself. You move different when you choose yourself. So choose yourself. And it's just all following. Neville Goddard said something along the lines of, we have to abandon our state or our love of the state. You are literally loving being in the state of pain, of rejection. You love being in the state of unhappiness. You're addicted to it. You can't get what you want that way. If you love being in that state, you're going to continue being in that state. You have to value yourself. You have to love yourself, appreciate yourself, fulfill yourself. You are the only one that can do it and the only one that can make that change. And for some people, it's super easy. It's like a light switch. You just flip it on. You're like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like, let's do it. Let's fucking go. But some people, it's a little harder, and you need to learn how to love yourself. You need to spend time with yourself. You need to go on dates with yourself. Be happy in your own mind. Be happy in your own presence, not sitting there filling up every moment with other people or being on your phone or distracting your mind. You need to journal, write, get to know what your biggest fears are and really get to know what your biggest goals are. You need to stand in front of a mirror and tell yourself in your eyes how much you love yourself and appreciate yourself and how beautiful you are and how perfect you are, how much you love your own mind. So there are so many things you can do, so much self-love work, self-concept work. You've got to be so comfortable and so in love with yourself that nothing else matters. You've got to chill out. You will chill out. When you love yourself, you will chill out. Oh my God, they're not texting me. Okay, so what about you? What are you doing today? You're living your life. You're going to the gym. You're taking care of yourself. You're eating well. You're hanging out with your friends, hanging out with your family. You're listening to subliminals. You're doing your affirmations. You don't have the time to sit around bitching about why they're not texting you. Fill up all of your time with good stuff only, and nothing bad ever even has time, space, energy to manifest. And all of that old bad will dissipate. So I'm leaving you with this challenge for 30 days. Every single day, I want you to write down, I am the type of person that blank. And just keep going as much as you can or as little as you feel like that day, but at least bare minimum, revisit what you've already written on the days before and read through it. I want you to realize the type of person that you are, or the type of woman that you are, the type of man that you are. I am the type of woman that brings every man to his knees. I am the type of woman who is always chosen, loved, respected, cherished. I am the type of person who has so much value. Everyone respects their opinions. On and on and on. It could be big things, small things, anything. But I want you to really take the time and define what type of person you are. Because you are already all of these things. You just need to realize who you are. Step into that person and live as that person. And everything will be yours. Everything you could possibly dream of will be yours. You've got this, guys. It's going to be the best year. It's going to be literally the best year ever for all of us. I know it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope this video resonated and helped you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below before you go, and I will see you guys in a future video. Okay, bye.